I was standing in the kitchen when the phone vibrated. Sun barely up, coffee still bitter. The message was short, surgical. Plans have changed. You're not coming on the cruise anymore. My mother wants only her blood family there. No call, no explanation, just a sentence that rewrote my life before the kettle could whistle. The room felt louder after that. The refrigerator hummed like it knew. The floor creaked under my feet. A house I paid for suddenly foreign. I stared at the screen until my thumb went numb, waiting for a follow-up, a correction, a joke. Nothing came. That was the moment something cold slid into place inside me. Not anger. Not yet. Recognition. I loved her once. That's the part people don't understand. Love doesn't vanish when it's betrayed. It curdles. It thickens. It becomes something you can choke on. I thought back to the early years, how she laughed too hard at my dumb jokes. How she'd reach for my hand in crowded rooms like she was afraid I'd disappear. We built routines. Sunday groceries, late-night takeout on the floor, plans that sounded permanent because we said them out loud. But there were signs. Always are. Her. Mother's voice sharp as broken glass cutting into every decision. The way my wife stopped saying we when her family was around. The quiet edits she made to our life. Holidays shortened, invitations forgotten, my name left off group texts. I told myself it was normal friction. Families are messy. Marriage is compromise. I swallowed every slight because I thought that's what loyalty looked like. Turns out I was just being trained. The cruise wasn't the first exclusion. It was just the first one delivered without anesthesia. I replayed the last few months like surveillance footage. Her phone turning face down. The sudden passwords. Her new habit of whispering in the garage. Her mother visiting and speaking about me like I was furniture. Useful, replaceable, already owned. The doubt crept in slow, heavy. I asked once casually if something was wrong. She smiled too fast. Don't be dramatic, that word lodged itself in my chest. Dramatic, as if my unease was theater, not instinct. After the text, instinct became certainty. I didn't confront her. Confrontation is for people who still want answers. I wanted truth, so I watched. I checked the shared accounts. Every cruise payment came from me. Every excursion, every upgrade. A family vacation funded by a man they didn't consider family. Then I checked her email. Not hacked. She'd given me access years ago. A gesture of trust she'd forgotten to revoke. There it was. A thread labeled family only. Her mother had written it. A masterpiece of venom wrapped in politeness. He wouldn't understand. This trip is about us. It's time to draw boundaries. My wife replied beneath it. I'll handle it. No defense, no hesitation, just compliance. Something inside me went quiet. Then the pain didn't disappear. It sharpened, focused. Pain became purpose. I stopped reading after that. I didn't need more. That night, I lay next to her and listened to her breathe, even unbothered. I wondered how long she'd been rehearsing that text, whether she felt relief when she hit send. In the dark, I made decisions. I canceled the cruise first. One phone call, calm voice, no explanation required. Then the credit cards. Then the automatic payments tied to her accounts. The house was next. Ours built with my savings, my credit, my name on the deed. I listed it the same day, price to sell fast. Signed the paperwork like I was signing a confession I'd been waiting to make. I packed only what mattered. Clothes, documents, a watch my father gave me. I left everything else behind, including her. She texted me from the airport. Where are you? I didn't answer. The plan didn't feel like revenge. While I was executing it, it felt like alignment. Every move precise, every step quiet. I transferred my job remotely, told no one where I was going, changed my number, closed the joint accounts, and left a single envelope in the kitchen drawer with enough cash for groceries. I wasn't cruel, just finished. I left town before sunrise, the road empty, the sky bruised purple. For the first time in months, my chest felt light. They boarded the cruise without me, a floating palace of champagne and denial. 2 weeks of pretending I'd been erased cleanly like a typo. I imagined her mother bragging. Imagined my wife laughing along, relieved I wasn't there to complicate the narrative. They didn't know the house had already sold. They didn't know the locks were changed. They didn't know I was already gone. The climax came without me present. That was the beauty of it. The realtor told me everything later, her voice trembling with the thrill of it. The family minivan pulling into the driveway. The confusion when the key didn't work. The panic when they saw strangers inside. The sheriff called. The paperwork produced. My wife screaming my name like it was a lifeline. She could still grab. Her mother collapsing onto the porch steps, wailing about betrayal, about theft, about how blood should mean something. I wasn't there to watch, but I saw it perfectly. Chaos has a sound. I knew it by heart. My phone lit up that night. Dozens of messages, voicemails breaking apart mid-sentence, rage turning to fear, turning to bargaining. I listened to none of them. The aftermath was quiet, legal, final. The divorce papers came next. I signed them with a steady hand. She tried to contest, tried to claim ignorance, tried to cry her way back into relevance. The evidence ended that conversation. Her family fractured under the weight of their own entitlement. Lawsuits threatened, then evaporated. Without my income, the scaffolding collapsed. I started over somewhere no one knew my name, smaller. Place, fewer walls, more air. Sometimes I think about her, not with longing, with clarity. She chose blood over vows, comfort over courage. She thought exclusion was harmless. She was wrong. Betrayal doesn't always deserve forgiveness. Sometimes it deserves consequence. Not loud, not violent, precise. I didn't raise my voice